Hi everyone, I'm back with a new video. My name's Devin, and today I'm going to be doing tips and tricks for anxiety, mostly, or, depression. This could also be known as coping skills if you do therapy. A lot of therapists goes with the term coping skills. Today I'm just going to be sharing what has helped me with my process, and hopefully what will help you. And yeah, so the first one that I wanted to share that I think will help everyone in any situation really is, a lot of times you can find yourself overthinking or your mind spinning with thoughts and you don't know what to do, and honestly just tell yourself stop. Like, yell in your head stop, or just you can even yell it outside like stop, because you need to get outside of your head. Like, you just need to stop thinking. So you need to just tell yourself you need to stop. So what you can also do is remove yourself from the room if you're in a room or wherever you're at. Like, a change of scenery is always good. So let's just say you're in school, you can take a bathroom pass instead of going to the or a hall pass. Instead of going to the bathroom, just walk, just breathe, get some water. Just fresh air can really help with the situation you're going through when you're overthinking, or if you're really anxious and you don't know what to do. Fresh air and breathing is your most important skill. And the way you breathe or meditate is, or the way I've been taught, is you go in with your stomach and you count to 3, and then you let out with 3. So breathing will be the most helpful thing you can learn and you can do. You can do it anywhere. It doesn't cost anything. But yeah, so I really recommend if you learn how to meditate or breathe, because it's really helpful and it gets you really relaxed. And also, if you have trouble sleeping with, I don't know, if your mind is racing, it can really calm you down. I feel like a lot of times we as anxious people, or as someone who's depressed, we tend to isolate ourselves a lot, and you don't want to be with friends or you don't want to be with family. And I mean, sometimes it could be helpful, but also you need to realize not to isolate yourself for a really long time, because one, that could also be avoidance, and avoiding is never good. That's the one thing they teach you, even though you love to avoid, and avoiding is so much better, but it makes it worse because then you start thinking more. But also, it's never good to be left alone with your thoughts. And when you're with family or friends, you get to be distracted, so you're not really in your head. So I mean, if you want to be because maybe you are just having a bad day and you really do want to be left alone, I would say 2-3 hours max. But also I recommend you hanging out with friends, because most of the times your friends are there for you and they cheer you up, and that's why you have friends. So hanging out with friends is always good if you don't want to be with family. I'm sorry, family, but there's so many times where I don't want to hang out with friends, but then because I don't feel well, but then I'm oh, I'll just go anyways, and then I end up always having fun after. So yeah, just distracting your brain and getting outside is always good. Change of scenery is the biggest thing your mind can do. Top 3, I want to say coping skills there are, is exercising, listening to music, and writing. Depending who you are, you can do all 3 or one of them. I used to do a lot of exercising just as a stress reliever before I knew I had anxiety. That's just what really helped for me. Well, writing/drawing works. I don't write or really draw. I kind of just scribble. If I have my one teacher, actually, for math, before tests, we kind of write out our anxieties or fears, and then we crumple it up, because you are not your anxiety. You are much bigger than your anxiety. You guys are not related. It's just something you have to deal with, and you have much bigger power over it. So you can't give your anxiety the power to take over you and control you. and that will be the hardest thing, and most of the times it will control you, but once you learn not to let it control you, and once you learn all of your skills, you're gonna feel great. But yeah, so like writing and like crumpling it and destroying it feels great. Yeah, running or just even walking, getting fresh air like I said, or yeah, listening to music, like whatever your favorite song is, just cheering yourself up. Those are like the top three, I feel like, or like the most common ones. Another one for like school, I don't know why, but this is just like a personal one I wanted to add, is like I notice when I'm anxious, I'm like really thirsty, and water is always good for you. So I like carrying a water bottle with me just because I can also like play with it, and I just have water. So that's another one I like to have. Or like a big tip to like help you, and I think someone, like even if you're not anxious, like everyone should have, is like use positive self-talk. When you're positive, you're like a lot happier as a person, and being positive really helps. And like the way I use positive self-talk was kind of like setting goals, and like you can also like compromise with yourself. So with school, when I didn't want to go to school, be like, let's say I had to be there for like 4 hours, I'd be like, oh Devin, like just go for the 2 hours, and if you stay for two, like you can go home. Like making sure I just went and like got, at least I like went and did some things and then go home because I didn't feel well, you know, just, or like just be like, Devin, you can do this, and like after, let's just say I'm feeling better and like I feel okay with school, just be like, you know what, you can do this, like you can stay longer, like, because after you reach that goal, you feel good, like you feel like you've accomplished something, and accomplishment is always huge. So you always have to set little small goals with yourself, and make sure you reward yourself, because rewarding yourself and making sure you realize you've accomplished things is really important. Like I used to never like realize I've accomplished so much stuff like along the way. Like before, when I was really sick, I used to like throw up a lot, and like before, and then I went like a month without throwing up, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sick, like blah blah. But then like my parents were like, Devin, you realize you haven't like thrown up in a month, and like you just need to realize like what you've accomplished. So that's like really important. Oh, and also I have like a whole list on my phone, so sorry if I keep on looking down. Feel like your emotions are building up, make sure you don't keep them in, because like I think that's the worst possible thing you can do. It's really good to let them get out, because the longer you let it in, you're just gonna blow up, and that's never good. So either talk to someone you trust, like a parent, a friend, anyone, like it doesn't matter who, or you can even talk to a pillow. I really don't care who. Or, you know, exercise. Just get some way to like let it out, because it's never good like holding things in any situation. So the number one thing is just distracting your brain. Like you just want to distract, because if you're not in your brain, you're not overthinking, you're not anxious, you're not thinking the worst possible things. So yeah, that's just like my tips, my coping skills, my little 2 cents. Maybe they'll help you. Comment if you tried these out. Also, my anxiety and depression video just hit 408 views, but I just want to say thank you, because, or that big of a number, like that's a lot of people, and just knowing some of it helped some of you guys really means a lot, and it made it all worth it. And yeah, it just made me really happy, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. But yeah, if you guys want to see more, if you guys have any like recommendations or anything, just comment, like, subscribe. Yeah, see you guys later. Bye.